how to stay no contact with a narcissist no matter what. In this video, I am going to share with you 3 things that you can follow, you can implement today. 3 things that will help you stay no contact with a narcissist. Right, this video is for somebody who has left a narcissistic abusive relationship, a love relationship, and you're wondering, how do you start your healing journey? You are trying to find tools and methods and tactics and hints and tips on how to move forward with your life, because you deserve love, you deserve peace, you deserve to heal from this traumatic experience that you didn't even know you were in until when the light bulb moment came on. So if you don't want to stick around, I'll just give them to you. And then if you want to stick around longer, I will explain and probably give examples as well as to how these 3 things can help you stay no contact, no contact with the narcissist. Number 1 is block their phone number. Okay, if you can't get a new number, like start afresh, get a new number. That's what I did. Just block. Go on your contacts, block. Okay, not just on your on your contacts in your phone. Go on all your socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform they are on. Just block them. Okay, block. Not just them. Block even anyone who can be a flying monkey, anyone who can tell them what is going on. Block. Okay, don't even feel bad about blocking, because this is about you. It's not about them. It's about you giving yourself the space to heal, giving yourself the space to access emotions that you didn't know you were hiding them, or you didn't know they just sunk in deep and then buried within you. So when you stay in no contact, you accelerate your healing. You start enjoying life. You can start enjoying seeing the sun rise and set, because if you're in a narcissistic abuse situation, you don't even know the sun is risen, because your brain doesn't even have that capacity to process what's outside. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I've gone through this. Right. Okay. So block is number 1. Number 2 is move. Relocate. Go as far as you can from them. And don't let them know where you are. Because otherwise, what's the point of moving? You might as well stay around, and then, because they know where you are, they can always visit you. So move, relocate. If you can afford to even relocate into another country, or town, city, you decide what's best for you. Right. The other thing is completely disengage. That's number 3. Disengage whatsoever with anyone that is associated with them, that you a friend, or like say a mutual friend. No. Time up. They need to go. Time up. They need to go. That's the only way you can stay no contact with a narcissist. Right. So let me introduce myself. My name is Busi, B-U-S-I, from Elevate Wealth. I am here because I survived 18 years of narcissistic abuse. I didn't know what to call my experience. If anything, I had gotten to a point where I took all the blame I thought there was something wrong with me. I ended up feeling not enough. I had to ask people, like, what kind of a person was I when I was a teenager? Because I had to rediscover myself. But then I didn't know how to do it. Because if you're that confused, if you feel worthless, if you're being told constantly that nobody cares about you, nobody loves you, and you don't have that support. But then at the end of the day, only you can help yourself. So I am talking from experience. I had to figure out what was going on first before I can make any decision, because if you can know what your problem is, then chances of you being able to solve your problems are just high. You just increase your chances of finding a solution. I think there was experiments being done by our amazing inventors that they said if there's a problem, they'll rather spend 95% of the time defining what the problem is before they can find a solution to it. Because once you know what your problem is, then it's easier to find a solution. So which is what I did. Like I said, 18 years, I banged my head against the wall. I spoke to people. I told people my experience, but nobody had a clue. If anything, what a narcissist does is they go behind your back to devalue you. They go behind your back and smear campaign you. So now, whenever you go to whoever you thought was your friend and try to share your experience, or if you had a fight, try and ask them how would they go about whatever situation you are in. They already are like suspicious. They're like, you're the problem, because if that person is so nice, he doesn't talk. It must be you, because there's no way we can associate them with what you're saying. So like I said, 3 things that will help you that I've used to enable me to heal. How many years? This is 2025, right? I'm going into my 3rd year. The theme of 3 today is on. I'm going into my 3rd year of my healing journey, because there's no way you are going to heal if you're in contact with a narcissist. I've had to communicate with them maybe like 6 months after I left. Not like phone call. No, don't even give them a chance to speak into your ear. They don't deserve your ears, okay? Text, right? I texted them because I needed information. And then I asked questions, 3 questions. They haven't been answered. And this is like a year and a half. There you go. So no contact is the only way you can deal with a narcissist. It's the only way they can stop controlling you. Because remember, they've been controlling you. They've been manipulating you. They've been tricking you. They've been making you believe that you are with the most amazing person, but they are not even real. No, it's fake. It's a mask they put on. Because on their own, they haven't got the strength, they haven't got the ability, they haven't got the characteristics, they haven't got the personality that you have. So they put an act. So now that you've taken back your power, you've set yourself free, you've regained your independence, no contact, block their number, no mercy, no mercy. No mercy, okay? Because they didn't think about your feelings, did they? They didn't think about your mental health, did they? They didn't think about your health, physical health, did they? When they threw objects at you, did they care if you're gonna get hurt or not? When they broke your phone, did they care what you're gonna use to communicate? When they I could go on because these were my experiences. I mean, I'm not just pulling them from thin air. I experienced that. When they lifted a chair to threaten you with, was it the same person? You that confused you, didn't it? You'd be like, what's happening here? This is the most loving person that I've never known. And now, why are they being violent? And then they flip the switch. They flip the script. They're like, it's your fault. You are the one who pressed the button. Had you not spoken to me like that, had you not used that tone of voice, I can sense your tone of voice. And then now you're having to try and change yourself to suit them. Really? That's not love, is it? You will love each other for our differences. We love each other because we complement each other. We love each other because we've got the same goals. We love each other because we've got the same ambition. We love each other because we support each other. I mean, our differences make us great, isn't it? Right. So, moving. I'll give you an example of moving. I already spoke about that I had to change my number. I had a brand new number. They didn't have my number. I was the one who had to send a message. No, not call. You don't want to speak to a narcissist ever. Well, once you know who they are, there's no need. They're not going to change. You're just wasting your time, just like I wasted 18 years thinking they're going to change. Right, let me not go back there. Number 2, when you move, okay? Move to a place as far away from them as you can. Move to a new community. Move and probably don't share why you moved, like the reasons behind, you know, because I felt like, maybe I need to tell people that I had to run away from my abuser, but nah, there's no need for that, because then they don't even know you. And yeah, I didn't have to, except for people were supporting me. They needed to know why they were supporting me, right? So just move, start afresh. If you can move your furniture with you. But one advice that helped me a lot was like, just take your clothes, not a lot, just to get by, and start afresh. Start afresh. New clothes, new home, new furniture, new environment, new connections, new everything. That way, it will just reset your brain, reset your sense of self, reset everything, okay? Like you are just rebuilding your life. So that's what helped me, really. And even like starting to volunteer in a new place, you can just like start to experience independence, freedom, start to trust yourself, start to communicate with people who are like normal human beings, who have empathy, who care about people, not what you've been dealing with. No. Right. So the third one is, like I said, is disengage. If you're still here, thank you for your time. I mean, I like to make this light because it is a serious issue. But this is who I am. I'm just like, I don't take things too seriously, although I just take things lightly. I like to infuse a bit of humor to lighten the burden, should we say. Right. Disengage with people. When you've changed your number, now you need to make a list of who needs to know about your new number now that you've left, you're starting your life again, you're starting afresh, so you need a new connections. I didn't have an issue with really choosing how many people needed my number. Besides the official authorities that needed my number, people that I had to engage with on a social basis, I limited my number to probably just a handful, right? Handful of people, because I didn't want them to bombard me to make me feel like I made the wrong decision. Because even before I decided I had to leave, I couldn't continue living like that. I mean, even if it's been 18 years of my life that I've been invested, but I felt like if I was to live 50 more years like this, no way. No way. It's like just waiting to die, because you don't have a life. You're not being creative. You're just, you're caged. No. So when I would tell them what was going on, they were just like, oh, everyone is the same. Oh, you just find coping mechanisms. Oh, maybe if it's money, oh, you just work, pick up extra hours, or change jobs, or whatever. Those kind of, that wasn't the problem to begin with. It didn't matter how much money we had or no money. And then you'll be like, oh, these are the issues we're having as a couple. How can we resolve that? And then they'll just tell you, oh, these things come with age. Once you get to a certain age in your life, things like that don't happen. I'm like, oh, who said that? I want them to happen. I want that happening, okay? So don't tell me you don't want that happening, or you don't expect that to be happening at a certain age, because people have got, like when you get to 40, most people just think old age, you're gonna start experiencing this and that in your body, so therefore that's an excuse for not doing certain things. Right. So moving on, I had to, even on social media, I just had to block and friend certain individuals, because I knew that they didn't have the best interest at heart. Is that right? My best interest at heart? Yeah, they didn't have my best interest at heart. So I just had to let them go. The same way I got to know them is the same way I'm gonna get to know other people. So no big deal. It's not like they're stuck onto my body, so there's nothing I can do with them. No, I had to let them go. Let them go. Right? Yeah. So, if people really care about you, they would probably have seen that whatever is going on is not good for you, and you know them and you would appreciate. Because I remember I spoke to a long time friend, so I thought, and then they've been there since before I had my children. So I had adopted them as an auntie for my kids, right? But I remember whenever I had issues, they just didn't have an answer. And then I just put it down to the fact that they didn't have the same experience as me, because they were single and I was in a marriage. But I later realized that when I was like, okay, let me just catch up with them and talk about what I've decided to do, because honestly, this is my life I'm living, and this is not how I wanted my life to be like, or to continue unfolding like. So so I remember like calling them and like just explaining and like having a chit chat, and so that they just know what's happening, instead of like being surprised when I made a move. But I realized that from that day they never called me. They were just like saying, yeah, And I was like, okay, maybe it's because of our differences, so they might not have an answer. Yeah, so I soon realized that when I left, they decided calling me on my birthday, because I left in August, end of August, and my birthday was just 10 days later in September. And they called me. And guess how they called us? Video call. I was like, no ways. I know it's my birthday and I'm all happy and excited, but not to that extent. Not to that extent of receiving video calls out of the blue. Remember I said you have to move, okay? So I moved, they didn't know where I was. I stopped, they didn't have my number. Number 2, now they called me on Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And then I was like, okay. So that one is easy, I just ignored the call. And then another one called us on Messenger. I ignored the call. And then I was thinking, why on my birthday? I mean, just send me a message. I mean, I appreciate you thinking of me on my birthday. But the timing and the nature of the call, because they had never called me a video call before. So, Right, so basically, these are the 3 tips. These are the 3 tactics. These are the 3 weapons you can deploy to stay no contact with a narcissist. Okay, I said block them. Your phone number, on your social media, move towns, cities, countries if you can afford. The 3rd one, disengage with anybody that wants to be giving you information about what's happening or informing them about, because people will be wanting to know where you are. I mean, I had people calling me and then I was like, oh yeah, maybe this one is different, it's all right. Only to realize, no, they just wanted to know exactly where I am so they can let them know. But nope, I was like, I'll just tell you a different town. What are you gonna do? You can't prove it. And then the next time they called me, I'm not answering. So 3 things. Let me know in the comment section what your experience has been like of staying no contact with a narcissist. And from the 3 things that I've said, what do you think is the most effective one? For me personally, moving away from them will just give you that that space to just the freedom, just to know that you're safe, you're free now, you're free forever. And you can decide if they call whether you don't answer or answer, but you know a narcissist always manipulates. So blocking them is the fastest and easiest way to deal with that. So with that said, thank you for your time. As always, my heart to your heart. Stay safe. I love you.